China, a country with a population of over a billion, has blocked access to its Statistical Bureau website for users outside its borders, making it as mysterious and fascinating as a celebrity who sets their social media to private. Hello everyone, I am your news anchor Yali, and we provide a one-stop service for China-related news here every day. You won't find this anywhere else. Welcome back to our channel. It seems that the brush with nuclear war on this planet is heating up, with Russia, China, and North Korea vying to produce more new weapons. In addition, the Chinese People's Liberation Army has invited 53 military officers from 43 countries worldwide to visit one of their divisions. I'm just curious what they serve them, spring rolls and fried rice. Recently, Italian Prime Minister Meloni stated that it is possible to maintain good relations with China even without participating in the Belt and Road Initiative. It's like saying you can survive without eating. Sounds like a science fiction novel, doesn't it? Next, we turn our attention to Taiwan, where the chairman of the Democratic Progressive Party, Lai Ching-te, publicly criticized the Beijing authorities for shaping public opinion in Taiwan's society, presenting the 2024 Taiwan presidential election as a choice between war and peace. Sounds like the plot of a Hollywood blockbuster, so should we prepare some popcorn and wait for the movie to premiere? The Chinese Minister of Commerce met with the South Korean Minister of Trade and agreed to enhance dialogue and cooperation in the semiconductor industry supply chain. I guess they're making a call, chatting on their semiconductor phones, while taking notes with their semiconductor pins in the other hand. The cooperation between China and South Korea in the semiconductor industry is in full swing. The two sides agreed to enhance dialogue and cooperation in the semiconductor industry supply chain. This is like a technology version of Romeo and Juliet. We're all waiting to see what kind of sparks the alliance between the two countries in the field of technology will ignite. By the way, they seem to have forgotten that the U.S. Secretary of Commerce, Raimondo, has already brandished his fist against China, warning that he won't tolerate China's economic coercion of the U.S. The U.S. has expressed great dissatisfaction with the ban on China's chipmaker Micron. It sounds like he's saying, you can exclude me from the party, but you can't take away my toys. In this global technology race, it seems that no one is willing to suffer a loss, and everyone is trying to protect their chips. Let's hope this struggle has a Hollywood-style happy ending. It feels like an economic version of a Rocky vs. China boxing match. The U.S. Deputy Trade Representative stated that the U.S. is analyzing whether to continue imposing tariffs on Chinese goods, regardless of whether a breakthrough is made in U.S.-China trade relations. It seems they want to find a new way to handle trade issues. To me, it's like considering whether to continue buying cat food for the cat that's giving you a headache. Let's look at China's economy. Can you imagine that the local government's debt is as high as $1 trillion yuan? Yes, it's like a snow mountain about to collapse under an avalanche. The solution seems to be to levy property taxes. However, levying property taxes may cause housing prices to collapse, which is like choosing between eating and breathing. Before we delve deeper into China's economic and financial affairs, I want to share with you about Guizhou, one of the poorest provinces in China. Local borrowers are struggling to repay huge debts. The provincial government's unpaid debt has reached 1.3 times the province's annual GDP. It's almost like imitating the Hollywood blockbuster, Debt Storm. If you want to help them, you can try buying a bottle of their famous Maotai liquor, priced at over $500 a bottle. Trust me, both your liver and Guizhou's borrowers will thank you. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, hurry up and hit the subscribe button. According to data from the China National Bureau of Statistics, the total profit of industrial enterprises above the designated size nationwide fell by 20.6% year-on-year in the first 4 months of this year. This has been the 9th consecutive month of decline, although the decline has slightly narrowed from last month. Well, we still need to pay attention to the issue of economic recovery. Meanwhile, foreign invested enterprises grew by 7.6% year-on-year, apparently in search of a glimmer of light in the trade storm that cannot be covered by dark clouds. On the other hand, the Fujian Statistics Bureau's official website has closed its doors to overseas users, like a mysterious wizard casting a protection spell on his secret fortress. And reportedly, China is relying on Germany in the IT field, which is really a surprising fact. The Hong Kong Civic Party has announced its self-dissolution, possibly due to the impact of the Hong Kong version of the national security law. It seems that the political game in Hong Kong is undergoing earth-shaking changes, a tragedy like the Titanic sinking into the political ocean. It's like watching your favorite band disband, and all we can do is sit on the sidelines and munch on popcorn. It's very disappointing, looking forward to tomorrow. As the song goes, only in the darkest night can we see the brightest stars. Maybe, tomorrow really will be better. In terms of politics, the Hong Kong government has lambasted Amnesty International over the issue of a missing Uyghur man. It seems that the Hong Kong government's stance on this issue is even stronger than mine in the gym. This is like a detective novel, but we may not know the ending of this detective novel. Latest news shows that Hong Kong has approved some cryptocurrency transactions, which is a major move. In the U.S. 2023 Religious Freedom Report, China is listed as one of the worst countries. Hey, who knows, China might be competing for the title of world's least religious-friendly country. Let's talk more about the June 4th incident, which has become a taboo word. We all know that Chinese students studying abroad are the bravest. They discuss the June 4th incident and the blank paper revolution without any fear. There's also Lai Mingui, who has been the host of the June 4th candlelight vigil in Victoria Park, Hong Kong for many years. He not only speaks out the truth about June 4th, but also tells the story of Hong Kong in his new book, May 35th, Creation, Memory, Resistance. Is his book worth reading? We'll wait and see. This year, there's no more candlelight memorial event in Victoria Park, Hong Kong, but the Chinese people's memory of the June 4th incident is still vivid. Sometimes, memory is like a thorn, stuck in the heart, causing unbearable pain. Now let's talk about China's aviation industry. China Eastern Airlines is the first to use the C919 large passenger aircraft, which is the first delivered by COMAC worldwide. This is China's own big bird, and I think it's a huge leap for China from riding horses to flying in the sky. Let's take a look at the technology field. In China, researchers have published more papers in high-quality journals than the United States for the first time. This is as exciting as the Chinese football team beating Brazil for the first time. Meanwhile, the Chinese government has imposed sanctions on Micron technology, which is like using a paper umbrella to block heavy rain. You know how effective that is. China is building its own satellite internet network to compete with Musk's Starlink. Did you know? Starlink's military applications performed quite well in Ukraine's defensive war against Russia. Chinese military researchers call for accelerating the deployment of China's own satellite constellation, worried that key orbital resources may become saturated. It seems that the space race has become so intense. Have you heard about the apology statement from China Southern Airlines? Some passengers claimed that during check-in at Singapore airport, ground staff were indifferent and rude to them, even insulting them as dogs. Oh my, that ground staff member was really a bit overboard. China Southern Airlines has issued a statement and apologized, pointing out that the ground staff member was an employee of their local agent. However, China Southern Airlines has asked the agent to stop their service qualifications, which is quite decisive and timely. If you plan to travel to Thailand, you might encounter a lot of Chinese tourists. In the first 5 months of this year, there have already been 1 million of them in Thailand. I guess the curry and salads there must be very popular. Let's talk about the blind date corner in China. Oh, this is really interesting. Chongqing's blind date corner has a history of at least 10 years, and last year in the second half it moved from Hongyudong to People's Park. Every weekend, batches of parents rush to the blind date corner early in the morning, carefully browsing the information of singles hanging in every corner of the park. They don't want to miss any potential son-in-law or daughter-in-law. This is really a lively scene of blind dates. That's the news wrap-up for today. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Take care.